Let's pretend the hair isn't here today and focus on what really matters, the makeup. My install wasn't giving, but this glam definitely will. Before anything else, I'm using the Tear Milk Toner. It nourishes and softens my skin while locking in moisture, which helps my foundation look seamless and last longer. I'm using the NYX Gripping Primer to create a tacky base so my foundation adheres better and lasts longer without sliding around. I'm blending this out with my fingers because the warmth from my hands helps the product absorb better and gives a seamless skin-like look. I'm adding some lip oil to keep my lips soft and moisturized while we do the rest of the makeup. For foundation, I'm applying the Blossom Makeup Foundation in the shade Hot Coffee. The bottle says shake before using, so that's why you saw me shaking the foundation. It's their soft matte veil foundation and I love it because it gives that smooth velvet finish without feeling heavy, perfect for an even base. This is my first time trying out this foundation and I absolutely love it. Blending it out with a damp beauty blender because the moisture helps the product spread smoothly and prevents it from looking cakey. A dense foundation brush works great too. It all comes down to your personal preference and the finish you like. You can see how this foundation evens out my skin tone. It gives such a beautiful natural finish. I'm obsessed. Moving on to highlighting. I'm using this concealer from Nuban Beauty. I'm applying it to the areas I want to brighten, and the shade I'm using is just a touch lighter than my skin tone to give that natural lift. What I love about this concealer is how effortlessly it blends and gives a smooth natural highlight that lasts all day. Moving on to contour, I'm using the darkest shade of the Blossom Makeup Concealer in Expresso to sculpt my face. I've been using this concealer for a very long time as my contour. I love this concealer because it's super creamy, blends effortlessly, and really gives my features definition without looking harsh. I'm using my beauty blender to blend out the contour. It helps everything melt into the skin for a seamless, natural finish. I'm going in with the other side of the beauty blender that I used to blend out my foundation to blend the highlight under my eye. I'm going in with a second concealer shade to really brighten up my under eyes. This one's also from Nuban Beauty. It just adds that extra pop of brightness I love. Alright, now I'm going in with this hot pink blush and applying it to my cheeks. Honestly, isn't it funny how makeup trends change? I mean, just a few years ago, blush was kind of subtle and understated. But here in 2025, there is really no makeup look without a bold, full-on application of blush. It's like the higher, brighter, and more playful, the better. I just love how it instantly brings life to the face and makes the whole look feel fresh and fun. After letting my second concealer sit for a while, I'm going in with my beauty blender to blend it all out seamlessly. Honestly, blending always feels like some kind of therapy session for me. Like tell me, I'm not the only one who finds this part so calming. There's just something about the rhythm of it, blending everything out, watching the product melt together, that feels so peaceful and satisfying. It's literally my favorite step in the whole makeup routine. Do you guys feel the same way? Let me know in the comments if blending is your little moment of therapy too, because I swear it just hits different. Now I'm setting the entire look with my loose setting powder. I'm using a triangle puff to gently press the powder onto the highlighted areas of my face. Setting your makeup is super important because it locks everything in place, prevents creasing and helps your makeup last longer throughout the day. Plus, it keeps the bright highlighted effect in all the right places without it sliding around. Honestly, this step is like the glue that holds your whole look together. Now I'm going in with a darker powder that matches the shade of my liquid contour and I'm using a fluffy brush to set it in place. This step is key because it locks in the contour, helps it last longer and keeps those shadows looking soft and natural instead of streaky or patchy. Using a fluffy brush makes it easy to blend the powder seamlessly into the skin so everything looks smooth and polished. Next, I'm going in to set my blush with some hot pink powder blush. I love doing this because it really locks in that vibrant color and keeps it looking fresh all day. Plus, it helps the blush blend seamlessly with the rest of the face so it doesn't fade or move around. Honestly, setting your blush just takes your look to the next level. It keeps everything bright, lively. Moving on to brows, I'm just going in to fill and shape them really quickly. Nothing too detailed today. If you want a full step-by-step brow tutorial, I actually have a separate video on my channel where I break everything down. So definitely check that out after this one. For now, we are keeping it simple and clean, just to frame the face and pull the whole look together. For eyeshadow, I'm starting off with a deep brown shade and blending it right into my crease to create some depth. I love using brown as my base because it really helps define the eyes and makes any look pop. Once that's nice and blended, I'm going in with some concealer to cut a full crease. This step just makes everything look super clean and defined. It gives that crisp professional finish that really elevates the whole eye look. Now, cutting a crease can definitely be one of those tricky parts of doing your eyeshadow. It takes a steady hand and a bit of patience, because if you go too high or uneven on one eye, it can throw the whole look off. Trust me, we've all been there. My little pro tip is to look straight ahead into your mirror when mapping out your crease. This helps you see exactly where your natural crease sits and makes it easier to get both sides even. And always start with just a small amount of concealer. You can build it up slowly instead of trying to fix a big mistake later. Once the crease is nice and clean, I'm going in with my lid shade to really make the eyes pop. I'm going to smoke out a light brown shade along my lash line to create a soft smudge liner effect. Now I'm applying my liquid black eyeliner to define the eyes even more. I love this step because it really sharpens the look and makes the eyes pop, especially after all that blending and shading. You can go for a subtle line for everyday wear or build it into a wing for something more dramatic. To make the eyeshadow look really pop, I'm going in with some gold glitter to finish off the lids. Now I'm going in with some brown eyeshadow along my lower lash line. It softens the look while adding depth and definition without being too harsh. Now it's time to add some serious volume to my lashes with mascara. I love this step because it instantly opens up the eyes and makes them look bigger and more awake. I like to really wiggle that one to the base and sweep it through the tips to coat every lash and give that full fluttery effect. It's amazing how just a few coats can completely transform the eye look and make all that eyeshadow work pop even more. Now I'm lining my lips using the Issa and those matte brown lipstick in the shade 15. I love starting with a lip liner because it defines the shape of my lips and helps the lipstick stay in one place all day. I'm applying a nude matte lipstick from Avourcosmetics right to the middle part of my lips. Going in with a nude gloss from NYX Cosmetics and applying it on top of that matte lipstick. By adding a lighter shade in the center, it kind of gives that subtle ombre effect, which instantly lifts the lips and adds a soft, natural finish. To finish up the eye look, I'm going in with some false lashes. I love this step because it instantly elevates the eyes, making them look bigger, more dramatic, and totally glam. Applying lashes can be a little tricky sometimes, but once they're in place, they just pull the whole look together and give that flawless finished vibe. Honestly, lashes are like the cherry on top of any makeup look. To finish off my lips, I'm adding a touch of clear gloss. I love this step because it instantly makes the lips look fuller, juicy, and super luscious. It also gives a beautiful shine that catches the light, making the whole lip look more dimensional and polished. Now I'm taking the leftover powder on my powder puff and gently pressing it into my skin. I love doing this because it helps set any areas that might still be a little tacky, and it gives the skin a super smooth polished finish without adding extra product. It's a subtle step, but it really makes a difference in keeping the makeup looking flawless and look lasting all day. I'm using my powder blush brush to just finish off my cheeks. Going in one more time with my triangle puff to just seamlessly blend everything out smoothly. Finally, I'm finishing off the look with my setting spray to lock everything in place. I love this step because it not only helps my makeup last longer, but it also melts all the powders and products together so the skin looks more natural and radiant instead of feeling cakey. Applying a bit of loose highlighter to my cheekbones and just finishing it up with lip gloss again. And here we have our final look. That's the final look. I'm loving how it all came together. Flawless skin, defined eyes, and juicy lips. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you for watching up to this point, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!